in the heart of Reading Town. The station dedicated to the black community news, education and entertainment. Stay tuned.
Y'all ready for this?
You are listening to GOB Radio in the heart of Reading Town. The station dedicated to the black community news, education and entertainment. Stay tuned.
Dumienu abos apahusima enum pepepe adeshimama mimobi bia kwapa e de GOB TV and radio enso eso emre aso se oman ene amahodo so nsem amensaka se ewia prem to breka se egbe ene mitumi ade ebesom ba bibia wo na wo te menka enso etumi ade efi na ensem no edoso na obetie ebi enso eni ene ade be chide mo Ghana mampanyi nana adodankwa AKUFO ADDO enso akache amane ba yenseka edi efri ho no ehse ne watimi akwa akobie National Labour Conference no ano ya eno enso etimi ewo Eastern Region honom na eno na chi na nsembe yi eno odi tuja eno mu nyina no ebetimi edi amawo ewa ha saa so na Ghana mampanyina be de achire Dr. Muhammadu Baumia eno ada wetimi ekopie mu enso ewo bia ya eja odi nhwiren ekoto asrafo miensa omutimi akoje Ghana man enso etimi adi si ho enso ewo ho eno so mu nchiremu no ebetumi aba wakwem na ne manso etimi akonanim edi amaye na hwefo ene etiefo yebebo hwini akopiem enso ewo Council of State fo akache ene papa ni din edi nana otuo serebo enso eto ne inside the majority fo enkomo ban ene etimi koso eno so mu nchiremu ni nyina no ebetumi aba wakwem na ne manso etimi akonanim edi amaga na hwefo ene etiefo nyina no enso ewo ho na yebesa bo hwini akopiem so NDC fo enso akache ene onya akopiem NDC fo akache a amane ba yen second fo so ma ye conference chenchire nchepa enso ewo ho no ma ensembe na every conference ni mu esimi eba yebetwa asuo ni akopiem Russia ene Ukraine ntokwadum dan kra ana etimi ekoso enso ewo ho eno so mu nchire mu nyina na betimi aba wakwem na ne ma akonanim ede amaga na hwefo ene ye na tiefo nyina no enso ewo ho na same way ene afufuro bi na ne obete enso ewo ye wi prem to be kase boy enso eso na ne ma so etima akonanim pa ede amaga na hwefo ene na tiefo nyina no ewo honom na kwachi na de fesika anode yeye kwanche nso ade fesika kro ya ana wotimi ade akoto na watumi ade abafie eyenwuma kobi adaro ma na osomasne amakase egbe enso etimi akonanim ade amaye na hwefo ene na tiefo nyina no enso eho breful travel and tour GOB multimedia Leusen phones and accessories Genesis fashion and designs and boutique no enso eka ho bi ana ne ma so timi ko nanim ede ma ahwefo ene etiefo nyina no enso ewo ho na kase obenya bia ahwako Facebook GOB TV and radio ubenya bi nso eti abowrem ewo tuni ni no eno nso GOB TV UKGH na ne ma nko nanim emfa maga na ahwefo enso ene etiefo nyina no ewo honom na onsabet makan live and clear pa na ne ma nso eti makonanim ede ama ahwefo ene etiefo nyina na eno no www.gobtv.tv enso eso bibibia nso beko wano etumi ede amount ewo ho medin ye no Oheneba Appiah Kubi wo frɛ me na asai pe metumi ajusu ye pa me na ne magepre ede kase enkyire mu nyina no etumi ede abro mi twa me aba me ba pe kase no ebetumi ato aso ede amount.
You are listening to GOB Radio in the heart of Reading Town. The station dedicated to the black community news, education and entertainment. Stay tuned.
Memfa kasebo no enchire mu no enso entimi embra wakwem na ne ma nkwa nanim emfa ma ahwefo ene etiefo nyina no ewo ho na ma memfa kase no enhya ase enso emfa emfri omampanyi nana adodankwa AKUFO ADDO enso akache na enrada okopie mu enso ewo Eastern Region ho na amaneba yenseka ede efri ho ne se National Labour Commission for so etima conference chenchire nchebi enso eho aja omasi conference ho no enso ewo Eastern region honom na unya kopie mo hope Ghana mampanyi na na ADDO AKUFO ADDO no enso etimi kopie mu bia wode nsem bebre na enso etimi atudwa ya wo che mu se enema bebre wo azesi ano ye ba bedi na ya teso na ye de impuntuo enso etimi abem na afensu kra no 11 sensem aja Ghana fo enso pressure omo ma ye nyi ntumu no ni nyina no ade wo se Ghana fo ye adwene hu mienu pa enso ho every say oman kokro Ghana na du mre wase yeso ye fe ntuma pa efira na yensu yetimi ade ye ho edi fra manfoforo ensem na afa ekura no yetimi epebe ye ene bra yebetimi aye yen kase ye bibi wa bra ye nkobobosia enfri bro no anase kuro bia eso enso ewo wiase ha so yi na senti no 11 na betimi aboa yen ama ne ma so etimi akonanim edi ama Ghana fo nyina no enso ho eti osre Ghana fo se eja 11 na ho nsem na aba no yenwe ye pa na yentumi emwa ema nsem no entumi konanim emfa ema ye ewo ho na Ghana mampanyi na ADDO AKUFO ADDO ne nsem no adi tudwa no ebi ensu enie
to hasten our recovery from COVID-19 by finding intelligent ways of bringing everyone on board to contribute their quota, no matter how small. Government on its part is implementing a policy their infrastructural development to enhance significantly our capacity for domestic revenue mobilization, to realize our development potential, create opportunities for our vibrant and dynamic youth, and deliver improved livelihoods for our fellow citizens. We cannot continue to allow less than 10%, specifically 7.8%, i.e. 2.4 million people of the population, carry the direct tax burden of 30.8 million people. We must provide an opportunity for every Ghanaian to contribute towards nation building. I thus appeal to all Ghanaians, especially organized labor and the business community, to stand shoulder to shoulder with my government.
James say, "Enema bebre o azesiano, ye ba bedi na ya teso, na ye de kuntu nya bem, na fesu krano. 11 sensem aja Ghana fo. Eti Ghana mampanyi na ADDO AKUFO ADDO. Ana ye kwete ne nkan eho, de nsem awdo na enso etimi atudwa, enso e de amaye ne awoche se wosre Ghana fo nyina no, enso ewo ho. Ye momodin ase betimi aboa. Ama niema nso etima ko nanim ede ama Ghana ban na niema mfa pa enso ewo ho na yentu akase ne so emfa mamu enso ewo ho a na yekotoa so ede afi Ghana mampanyi Dr. Mahamudu Baumia enso akache na enrada enso etimi ekoye da na yetimi ayi enso ede asiwa yede kai asrafo mienseja omutimi ekokonkoden ede ma o mai konkono Ghana ni nyina no enso efa February shootings bia eno etimi ekoso wo English abrochime mu ho enso eho na enu ko wi eche na asrafo ba miensa ayitenum enso etimi ahwere mo nkwa enu ada ana omutimi ya afahye no na omode kai wo mo enso ewon krapumpuni mantem a ehon nsem no enso etimi ayakama kama pa ede ama Ghana fo nyina no eho ho na Dr. Mahamudu Baumia enso etimi kopie modwumadi na sibia wodi enhwiren ye beka se flowers enso etimi ekoto won so na otimi ko kire se ampa won kodin a wakon ye enso ereje wo Michael Kunu Ghana enso etimi adisi wo no ene miaye bi no ni nyina no wo mani aso ye pa enso wonsem no etimi ye kama ede emaye na yento akase ene so emfa magana wefo yenkwato aso emfiri panyina ni din enso ene nana otuo serebo the second ya wono eye chairman edema council of state wo Michael Kunu Ghana ha wono angasa so ye dwabe man hene enso wa santemam ase na papa no di nsembe bire tuja ya enche bia be na watwi mu anie ana mede beto manim enso akire mu se council of state chairman enso any council of state abedwafo nyina no enso etimi ahia minority leader fo ni nyina no efa misunderstanding a ekoso enso omrahye bedwafie se Matthew Macau asori enso odom kuma ne dom kese no entem no e omrahye bedwafie no wo mo behwe no masiesie enso amane ma nso etimi akonanim e de ama Michael Kunu Ghana ne mpokra no parliament no etimi afa ne ntuma edi efra every sasa wu hwemu pa dia parliament enso eye bia ya nanka oman no enkan ko ni nyina no eho ene hyase enso etimi ade efri eti eno ada woni opanyina ne din enso ene yo se chairman sabonso ene na bedwafo ya omugina mu as majority for enso parliament etimi hia ewo council of state for akache no modern commercial shares wa na opanyina ne din ene na nas totuo serebo the second enso etimi to majority for efo ya wo chem se niema betima konanim e de ama omo pa e wo ho no ma niema mfa mo na ni nyina no akoyesa aboto sherim enso ene betimi afa e de amomo ye kotie na otuo serebo ne nsemo de tuja no enso ebi
and we have to arrest that situation, and to be able to do that we must interact with you the actors. As I said, that is why we met with the minority, give them the opportunity to tell us their point of view, what is that was mitigating against the smooth operation of Parliament. And we told them that we will be meeting with you as well as the majority caucus for you to tell us what is it that you also feel should be done so that harmony and consensus would prevail in Parliament.
And what she and a majority.
Etino. Wamudin komoni wie ya pe ana majority for enso etimi ehie mo modin komo awodo no enso etimi hihye so na yenkoni enkwatie wo se chairman sabonsu onso ne nsem odi tuja no enso ebi
question of democracy is being torn into shreds by our own actions and inactions. And the earlier we came to this recognition, and the earlier we had a reconstruct of what we've been doing thus far until recently, the better it will be for us, the actors in Parliament now, us as leaders in Parliament, the Parliament of Ghana, and indeed the standing, the restoration of the standing that we had in Africa. The last episodes in Parliament happened when members of Parliament from Sierra Leone and Rwanda had come to Ghana. And then they had come to understudy Ghanaian democracy as reflected in parliamentary practice. And then, without any signals, we reduce ourselves into fisticuffs. What lessons are they taking back home? Most unfortunate. As I said in Akan Nana, it's bent but not broken yet. And if it's not broken, we believe we can mend it. And with you at the helm of affairs, the Council of State members at the helm of affairs, I believe you will not only prod us into line, but also be able, given your elevated status, to tell whoever is the errant soul that please, let's get together. Let's put our acts together, because Ghana stands the risk of losing it. So we thank you very much for this initiative, and we stand ready to listen and also to tell our story. And I believe that at the end of the day, the reconciliation that we want to build will be achieved. It must be achieved, and we believe that that is where we should belong.
Etino majority leader ni din enso ene wo say che men sabonsu ana yete ne nkan ho de nsem awdo na etimi atoja ere ama Ghana fo ne ahwefo nyina no enso etimi atie bie na wo nsem na etimi akona nimpa ere ama ye na yento ansem ne so emfama mo yankwato aso emfenfro Professor Atuguba enso enchen na wo Prof Atuguba nchen a wari nsem bebre na atoja ya wo chemu sesesi ano 11 no enso ne ade asesi Ghana fo nyina no ye betumi age atum na etimi aboa ma economy no enema nso etimi asesa ewo mu pa yankonkotie Prof ne nsem no ade tuja no enso ebi.
You see, it's true that there's other means of taxation, okay, like property tax. But there are 3 considerations. 1, speed. 2, ease. And 3, cost of collection. If you analyze all of these, to be honest with you, the government was smart enough to arrive at the very tax that can solve the current crisis. If you read all the literature, even if you look at the memorandum to the bill, to the e-levy bill, they did a very good job of identifying exactly at this critical moment of economic collapse the one tax that can save us. That you can take from them. And that's why I said, like Kwesi Bochwe identified during the Gulf War, when fuel prices went up, that just by putting small tax on fuel, he will weed off a lot of money. Ken Ofori-Atta has discovered that in COVID times, just by putting small tax on Momo, he would rake in billions of dollars. So that you can't take away from them. If you look at the size of the tax that will come in, the ease of collection, the reduced cost of collection, it must be e-levy. Property tax, it will take you 10 years to find the real owner of the building at Lands Department before you then issue the tax. Meanwhile, we need that money right now. So think about those other factors.
Etino Prof Raymond Atuguba ana yetene kan ho den sama odo na nso etimi atoja ya wo chem se e-levy no na the smartest way ya MPP fo enso betimi aye na omode aboa ma economy na ejija no na etiegu no enso etimi agina ne naso etigana fo nyina no monya ahoboa na monya aso enso enfentie wo mo na ye mo wi ne kopie mo NDC fo nso akache enrada omo nso edi nsem trofo nhye mudie ekoso ya no mudi nkomo edi kire Ghana fo nyina mo che sesesi ano aban no enso enfa niema nto akwem na won kire se ne niema wosimi eye no se obetimi edi Commonwealth enso emra enso eni se ne democracy no esimi ekono eso na won trofo panyi ya ne die Johnson esiedu nkati ageno mosquito ene etimi tina ase aja wade nsɛmtrofo nhye mudie ne baaye na wade nsɛm bebre na ene etimi atuja ye nya aso na ye ntie bi
na persecutions of the NDC by the government of Ghana, and we have explained and categorized cases that we have issued with. We mentioned the case involving Dr. Opuni, where we believe that mostly all the judgments that have been delivered ran against the principles of common law practice and good governance. We have seen a situation where judges' pronouncements in open court seem to suggest that Dr. Opuni is guilty even before his case is heard. And we think that this is against the core principles of fair trial and then common law practice. Then comes the case of the Republic versus Samuel Fusampofo and Anthony Kwakubwa. You all understand the background because you were with us at the by-election theater where tax were unleashed on innocent citizens and Ghanaians who were going about their duty of performing functions during a by-election. People were shot and maimed. The President of the Republic promised that this matter will be dealt with, established a commission of inquiry. The commission has since produced the report recommending certain things to be done to make sure that those who have suffered at least will be compensated, and that things that have gone wrong, the people who have committed wrongs in those theaters will be dealt with according to the beliefs of our Commonwealth traditions. What we have seen rather has been that the chairman of our party, in performing his fatherly role as a peacemaker, who, in order to avoid further bloodshed, decided to disengage the party from the by-election theater, eventually found himself to be the person who will be pursued by this government in court. Apart from this, there is a case of Dr. Kisel Atufosin, who has been very persistent in calling government to account for financial malfeasance and making sure that if government does not account for its stewardship, then it will be difficult for the nation to contribute further resources by way of taxation to that government that has declared itself unaccountable to the citizens. From nowhere, charges have been trumped up and put on this honorable member, and is now, before the courts. We humbly request that the Commonwealth of Nations, through your good offices, to 1. Closely follow the political and human rights situation in Ghana, since the promotion and protection of human rights, democracy, and fundamental freedoms is a core value of the Commonwealth. 2. Send a team to investigate the matters raised in particular, and send a team of lawyers, judges, and legal experts to assess the adequacy and quality of the justice being administered to members of the NDC who are facing criminal prosecutions. 3. Continue to engage with the government of Ghana and support and encourage their pursuit of accountability for the perpetrators of the Ayawaso West Wogon constituency by-election violence and the gruesome state-sponsored killings of 8 innocent Ghanaians during the 7th December 2020 general elections. Monitor the human rights situation in Ghana and the criminal persecution of members of the NDC. Engage with a broad range of actors, including government officials, political parties, representatives of civil society, to respect, promote, and protect human rights in Ghana, and call upon the government of Ghana to put a stop to these persecutions, harassments, threats, and killings of supporters and members of the National Democratic Congress.
Etu onimoyamfo ani di ene Johnson esiedun ketia ya ono ya church penyi e de ma NDC amanyoko no enu ada enso conference na central vote mudie no ana odi sansem we nyina no etimi etuda na mami kwadi dwa kakra nso emra me bape ebekwa kopie mu amanone na ehun nsem no enso etimi akona anim e de amaga na ahwefo ene etiefuo nyina no enso ewo ho na Breful Travel and Tour wasi tukwan ne na etu aka wo china bi wo pewe na wo peden masa ene wo disika ba obeji kakra nu ayo vesa ho nsensem ni nyina no enso etimi e de amawo na unya tukwan ne kopie mu amanone ho pe na ne ma nso etimi akona anim enso etumi e de amawo +44 2080 684974 +44 2080 684974 obetimi aboa na ne ma nso etimi akọwa no pa enso etumi e de amawo e wo honum na trust clothing say na memu amane na menkai o eniema betimi akona nimpa na afa nanso etimi de amaye wono ana etimi aboa de ama ho enei atare bi a wo pa hye bia no se bepiem enso ewo na kache unya do material no so etimi eba o shedes no captain knickers trousers wo pam ni nyina bi enso awa ye mema ntare nko a ana wo etimi epam enso awa ne ema ekọ na nim de ma trust clothing o wa tasma so wo no obutu a wo di juma no 0544096166 enso obetim no abankomo na ne ema so etimi akọ na nim de ama Ghana awefo enso ne atiefuo nyina no ewo honom na Africa no nya kopiemu enso ewo etimatim money junction ope Lucien Fonse na access subutu a wori juma no na ne ma akọ na nim de ama Ghana awefo enso ne atiefuo nyina no ewo ho Lucien ti se na ebepiemu na kache obetimi abo apa frɛ no ewo 0355139992 na otimi emwa GOB multimedia nso so masnibi na kasebo etimi abawa kwem na ne ma so etimi akọ na nim de ama Ghana awefo enso ne atiefuo nyina no enso ewo ho na GOB multimedia say nei open embroidery t-shirts ni nyina bi so ahye flyers awodo banners awodo wodi hu juma enso etumi de ama wane ma ebetumi akọ na nim pa enso ewo ho from no so 0541108053 obetumi aboa na ne ma akọ na nim enso etumi de ama Ghana awefo ene ye na tiefuo nyina no enso ewo honom na bibia enso etumi akọ na nim de amaye na yento akase no so yenkoto aso every Ghana yen education sector enso akachi ye nyina ye nim se eja afi etwa mu no ye mra ye ma no ana se ye ma no ye nananom ye won faase enso etimi ekotro se BEC ho na enso we no ene anaja resource no so etimi aba abonten a akura bia wo ho kwan se otimi ekwohwe na wo hu se ne niam susumi koma no enso ewo ho na bibibia enso ebeko na nimpa de ane agisa okopiemu enso obia ya eja wayekefo enso ama authority moton resource check anibie na okoye 20 Ghana cedis pe eno ana wayek enso etimi de aba na unya kopiemu hope utobia na wetimi enso etimi ahwe o resource no se ne niam so esimi ko enso etimi de ma wa niam ebeko na nimpa enso ewo ho na babunu bia no ewo se esi anu timeko amane ba yen se kan di free Ghana education service for akachi echrese ede mofra na iro mo bo mo modin pa enso etimi atwa ya eniema so etimi akọ nim enso etimi de ama Ghana education fo ni nyina no titru ni akyerɛkyerɛ fo mo enso etimi de mofra no ekɔkyerɛ bi isi eye basic education examination and answer council no na eniema so etimi kɔ nim ede ema aye no enso ewo ho ne senti no say na results no ene etimi akọ enipa mako 572,167 candidates and etimi atroye na out of them no na emu 2,000 and I say 287,730 and so mama says na 284,437 so ye emma wamu ene etimi akọ troye a enwosem no enso etimi kọ na nimpa na sinino bawie na se nsore ne bawie nsunsanso no enso etimi abawie no na se enta figure na etimi atroye no etimi ekọ na nim ye pa enso wa mabuno matimi apase na ye mawa ye ma ye ofase enso etimi apase nsore no about 60% anema ekọ na nim pa enso etimi de ama wa ye kefo enso any Ghana education service na se free SHS na ba ye no abeboa pa enso ama mabunu no etimi asua de ho nsem no etimi akọ na nim na enche bia no results and placement no enso betumi aba ehun so asem ba ye betumi e de adan na wefo eni etiefo na wo tro basic education cancer and certificate examination ni bi no enso etimi ehun ne ekọ enso ewo wa ne ma betimi akọ na nim e de amaye ewo ho na yenko wie kase no ewo Russia man ni mu unya kopie mu Russia man ni mu amane ba yen seka eri influence sesi anu FIFA enso e de ebono ene eta enso etimi ato won so enso ewo wa sesi anu agukansie bia kowiase bia no enya de so mbetimi enso esi akani bi even ema agukansie a ekoso kra no ye yi Russia fo enso etimi de afrima ehunsem no etimi ayedeja e de ama wo mu aha ene brebe makwa me de kasebo ni nyina no enso etimi asi na eye brefo travel and tour GOP Multimedia, Lucien Phones and Accessories, Trust Clothing, SO account, Bomona Somasne, Emma Casibay, to me about Wakem Nania Macon and Impa, and sweet Madame Ghana before, any at TF1 and so anyone now Europe, Mani Muninano. Media no any back Oheneba Appiah Kubi from an assay pay, made to me a juice. May sorry, now you made you at us, Eddie, my macro.
And it's just in connection with what you say.
You are listening to GOB Radio in the heart of Reading Town, the station dedicated to the black community news, education and entertainment. Stay tuned.